My name is Corinne Fontaine. I'm 34. Last Christmas Eve, I stood in my parents' living room and watched my sister's 3 children tear through wrapping paper like it was a race. iPads, Nike Dunks, a custom bicycle with my niece's name engraved on the frame, $2,300 in gifts, stacked under a tree my mother spent 2 days decorating. My daughter Lily, 8 years old, quiet, polite, sat on the carpet holding a plastic drugstore bag. Inside was a coloring book, $4.99. The price sticker was still on it. She looked up at me and whispered, "Mommy, did I do something wrong?" I knelt down. I held her face in both hands, and I said, "No, baby, but Grandma and Grandpa just did." Before I tell you what happened next, if you find yourself in this story, please take a moment to like and subscribe, but only if you feel this one. Drop your location and local time in the comments. I'd love to know where you're listening from tonight. Now let me take you back to 3 weeks before that Christmas Eve, the day my mother called to confirm the menu. 3 weeks before Christmas, my phone buzzes at 7 in the morning. It's my mother, Joyce. "Corinne, I need you to bring a salad. Something green, nothing weird." No hello, no how's Lily. Just instructions. I say okay. I always say okay. "And don't bring that kale thing again. Your father hated it." In the background, I hear her laughing with someone. Meredith, my older sister. They're already planning together. They've been planning together since October. I know this because Meredith posted a photo of her and Mom at a craft store, captioning it, "Christmas prep with my bestie." I found out through Instagram, not a phone call. This is how it works in the Whitmore family. Meredith is the social one. I'm the quiet one. Meredith lives 10 minutes from our parents. I live 2 hours away. Meredith married Kyle Collins, a general contractor who built a 3-car garage onto their house last spring. I married Aaron Fontaine, a welder who died on a job site 3 years ago. When Aaron was alive, my parents called once a week. Aaron had a way of picking up the phone first, asking my dad about the Cardinals, keeping the line warm. After Aaron's accident, the calls slowed. Then they stopped. Mom forgot Lily's birthday 2 years in a row. Both times I reminded her the week before. Both times she said, "Oh, honey, it completely slipped. You know how crazy things get." But she never forgot Bryce's birthday, or Addison's, or Paige's. She bought Bryce a drone last March and posted it on Facebook with the caption, "Grandma's Little Pilot." Lily turned 8 in September. The mailbox stayed empty. My mother once told a cousin at Thanksgiving, "Corinne's fine. She doesn't need anything from us." She said it like a compliment. It landed like a door closing. Aaron died on a Tuesday. Lily was 5. The foreman called me at work. I was reconciling invoices at the dental office where I've been a bookkeeper for 9 years. I dropped the phone. The receptionist drove me to the hospital. I don't remember the drive. I remember the hallway. I remember the chaplain's shoes. My parents came to the funeral. Gerald shook hands with the other mourners and told people, "She's tough. She'll figure it out." My mother hugged me once, hard, and then spent the reception talking to Meredith about Addison's piano recital. That same year, Gerald gave Meredith $10,000. He called it a supplemental wedding gift, 4 years after her wedding. I was 31, newly widowed, and staring at a furnace estimate I couldn't afford. I didn't ask for help. I taught myself how to bleed a radiator from a YouTube video at midnight. I fixed the garbage disposal. I patched the drywall in Lily's closet. I figured out property taxes and life insurance paperwork and how to explain death to a kindergartner who kept setting a place at the table for Daddy. I didn't complain because I didn't have the energy to complain. Survival doesn't leave room for grievances. You wake up, you pack a lunchbox, you drive to work, you come home, you read a bedtime story, you do it again. The one steady thing in those years was Dorothea, Aaron's mother, Grandma Dot, 78 years old, living alone in Brattleboro, Vermont, with bad knees and a sharp mind. Every Sunday at 4 o'clock, the phone rang. Lily would answer and talk for 20 minutes about school, about her drawings, about the cat she wanted, but we couldn't have yet. Grandma Dot never forgot a birthday, not once. I thought this Christmas would be different. Mom told me on the phone, "I'm making it special this year." I believed her. Lily draws. That's her thing. Other kids her age are on tablets or kicking soccer balls. Lily sits at the kitchen table with a box of colored pencils and draws for hours. Trees with faces, houses with crooked chimneys, families sitting around tables where everyone has a chair. 2 weeks before Christmas, she asked me, "Will Bryce and Addison be there?" Her voice had that brightness that breaks your heart, the excitement of a kid who rarely sees her cousins. Meredith doesn't invite Lily to her children's birthday parties. She says it's a distance thing. Bryce's party was at a trampoline park 20 minutes from my townhouse. I drove past it on my way to the grocery store. Last Christmas, Lily sat at the end of the dining table by herself. The three cousins were clustered around Joyce and Gerald at the head. Joyce cut their meat. Gerald did magic tricks with a quarter. Lily sat 6 chairs away, eating quietly, drawing on the back of a paper menu with a pen she found in her pocket. She didn't cry. She never cries about these things. She just gets quieter. This year, Lily spent 2 weeks making a drawing for my parents. A big one, 11 by 14, colored pencils, every shade she owned. It was their house, with the red door and the birch tree in front, and all of us standing in the yard. She drew Gerald tall. She drew Joyce with her reading glasses. She drew herself between them, holding both their hands. She rolled it carefully, tied it with a ribbon from the craft bin, and tucked it into her backpack next to the $8 picture frame she bought Grandma and Grandpa with her own savings. I didn't know then that the drawing would never make it onto their refrigerator. Christmas Eve, 2-hour drive. Lily sits in the back seat clutching the rolled-up drawing and the picture frame wrapped in tissue paper. Mom, do you think Grandma will like the frame? She's going to love it, baby. I picked the one with little flowers on the edge, because Grandma has flowers in her garden. We pull up at 4:15. Kyle's BMW is already in the driveway, right behind Dad's truck. The house glows. Wreaths on every window. Garland on the porch railing. Mom went all out this year. She wasn't kidding about making it special. Meredith opens the door. She hugs me, quick, one arm, and immediately turns to her son. Bryce, come show Grandpa what Daddy got you for the car ride. Bryce runs past us holding a portable gaming console. Gerald is in his recliner. He nods at me. Corinne. That's it. He doesn't look at Lily. He doesn't ask about the drive or the roads or whether we're hungry. Joyce hugs Lily. I watch her eyes. They drift over Lily's shoulder toward the kitchen, counting heads, checking the table. I carry the salad, the green one, nothing weird, to the counter. Nobody comments. Meredith arrives behind me with a tray of jumbo shrimp and cocktail sauce. Joyce claps. Oh, Meredith, you outdid yourself. Lily sets the picture frame and the rolled drawing on the side table near the door, next to the coats. She arranges them carefully so they won't get knocked over. I walk to the living room. The tree is surrounded by gifts, boxes wrapped in gold and red, ribbons, bows, and in the far corner, half hidden behind the tree skirt, a small plastic bag from CVS. My stomach drops. I tell myself it might not be what I think. After dinner, Joyce stands and claps her hands. Gift time! Kids first! Bryce goes first. He tears the paper off a box the size of a small suitcase. Inside, an iPad Pro with a blue case. His jaw drops. No way! Joyce has her phone out filming. Gerald ruffles his hair. You earned it, buddy. Addison is next. Nike Dunk Low, a limited colorway I'd seen on a resale site for $200. Addison squeals and holds them against her chest. Meredith mouths, thank you, at Joyce. Paige, 6 years old. She unwraps a custom bicycle. Powder pink, white streamers, her name laser-etched into the aluminum frame. She screams. She actually screams. Gerald kneels beside her, hand on the seat. We had it made special. Just for you, sweetheart. Joyce films every second. Kyle shakes Gerald's hand. You guys went above and beyond. Gerald lifts his beer. These kids deserve the best. Lily sits on the carpet, cross-legged, watching. She hasn't been called yet. She doesn't push. She waits. Joyce reaches behind the tree skirt and holds out the CVS bag. Here you go, sweetie. Lily takes it. She looks at the bag. No wrapping, no bow. She reaches inside and pulls out a coloring book, the kind they stock next to the register. 48 pages, a cartoon princess on the cover. The barcode sticker reads $4.99. No card, no tissue paper, no thought. The room goes quiet. 3 seconds of silence that feel like 30. Meredith examines her fingernails. Kyle takes a long drink. Gerald sips his beer and stares at the TV, which isn't even on. Lily opens the coloring book. She turns to the first page. Then she looks up at me, and my chest cracks open. Mommy, did I do something wrong? She whispers it, barely a breath. Her fingers are still on the coloring book. Her eyes, Aaron's eyes, dark brown, too old for 8, find mine across the room. I cross the carpet in 3 steps. I kneel in front of her. I take her face in my hands, both hands, firm, the way you hold something precious when you're afraid it might shatter. No, baby, but Grandma and Grandpa just did. The room freezes. Joyce's phone is still raised. Gerald sets down his beer. Corinne, don't make a scene. That's my mother. Her voice is low, tight. the voice she uses when she thinks the neighbors might hear. Gerald stands. It's Christmas, for God's sake. I don't answer either of them. I pick Lily up. She's heavy for 8, all legs and elbows, but I carry her like she weighs nothing. I grab our coats from the hook by the door. I see the picture frame sitting on the side table, the rolled drawing beside it. Nobody opened them. Nobody noticed them. I walk to the car. I buckle Lily in. She's still holding the coloring book. I close her door, get in the driver's seat, and pull out of the driveway without looking back. The house glows behind us. I watch it shrink in the mirror. 40 minutes into the drive, Lily falls asleep. Her head tilts against the window. The coloring book rests in her lap, open to page 1, and on the floor of the back seat, the rolled-up drawing she made for them. She must have grabbed it on the way out. I don't cry on the drive home. I count every Christmas Lily was overlooked, every birthday forgotten, every seat at the end of the table. If I stay silent, Lily will grow up believing she is worth less. I won't allow it. I want to pause here for a second. If your child ever looked up at you and asked, "Did I do something wrong?" when the fault belonged to someone else, you know this feeling. The pain isn't the coloring book. The pain is the price sticker they didn't bother to peel off, because they didn't bother to try. Leave me a comment. Tell me, how old is your child, and who made you redraw the line? December 26th. Lily is in the living room, coloring. She's using the book, every page, every corner, like it's the most important thing she owns. I watch her from the kitchen doorway for a full minute before I pick up the phone. Joyce answers on the second ring. "Merry day after, honey." "Mom, we need to talk about what happened." A pause. I hear the dishwasher running. "What happened? We had a lovely Christmas until you decided to make it about yourself." "This isn't about me. It's about Lily." "Lily got a gift. She seemed perfectly happy with it." "You spent $2,300 on Meredith's kids. You gave my daughter a coloring book from CVS. The price sticker was still on it, Mom." "Oh, for heaven's sake. Money doesn't measure love, Corinne." "Then explain the iPad." Silence. I hear her exhale. That slow, theatrical breath she uses when she wants you to know she's being patient with you. "I can't believe you'd sit here and count dollars after everything your father and I have done for this family." "What have you done for Lily, Mom, specifically?" The dishwasher hums. 5 seconds. 10. "Your sister reminded us what the kids wanted. She sent us lists in November. Links, sizes, everything. You never send a list, Corinne. You never tell us what Lily needs." I close my eyes. "I shouldn't have to send a list for you to remember your granddaughter exists. That's not fair." "No, it isn't." She switches gears. I've heard this pivot 100 times. The wobble in her voice, the catch that sounds almost like crying but never quite gets there. "You know I love that little girl. After everything I've done, after the funeral, after all those nights I worried about you. You didn't call, Mom, not once in the last 4 months." She hangs up. She doesn't slam it. She just disappears. 20 minutes later, the phone rings again. Gerald. "Enough, Corinne. You upset your mother." "She upset my daughter first." "Meredith's kids are around all the time. We see them every week. We know what they like, what size they wear. Lily, we barely see her." "Because you never invite us. I've driven 2 hours every holiday for 8 years, Dad." He ignores this. Gerald doesn't process information that contradicts his version of things. He overrides it. "You always had a chip on your shoulder, even when Aaron was alive." My hand tightens around the phone. "Don't bring his name into this." "I'm just saying, Aaron understood how families work. He didn't keep score." "Aaron called you every Sunday, Dad. You stopped calling the week he died." Silence. Then a redirect. "You want equal gifts? Fine. Next year everyone gets the same exact thing. Gift cards, all the same amount. Happy?" This isn't about next year. This is about Lily sitting on that floor, holding a bag from CVS, asking me what she did wrong. Kids forget. "Kids don't forget, Dad. They just stop telling you." He exhales hard, the sound of a man who considers the conversation beneath him. "I'm done talking about this. Christmas is over. Move on." The line goes dead. I set the phone on the counter and stand in the kitchen for a long time. Through the doorway, I can see Lily at the coffee table. She's coloring the book, carefully, deliberately, staying inside the lines with a focus that makes my throat close. She's using 8 different colors on a single page. She's treating a $4.99 coloring book like it's the most valuable thing anyone has given her. And maybe, to her, it is, because it's the only thing they gave her. That night, Meredith calls. Her voice has that careful tone, half concern, half management. Corinne, Mom is really upset. Can you just let this go? Let what go? Your kids got iPads, mine got a drugstore coloring book. The kids aren't the same age, different needs, different interests. Paige is 6, Lily is 8. Paige got a custom bicycle with her name on it. A pause. Meredith recalibrates. Mom and Dad love us the same. You're just reading into things. Have you ever, once, told them it wasn't fair? It's not my job to manage their gift choices, Corinne. But it's your job to call me and tell me to let it go. Her tone sharpens. If you keep pushing this, they'll stop inviting you entirely. Is that what you want? I let that sentence sit. I let it fill the room like smoke. Meredith, Lily made them a drawing. She spent 2 weeks on it. It was sitting on the table when we left. Nobody opened it. Nobody even looked at it. I didn't see any drawing. That's my point. Another silence, then quieter. Mom already told the Hendersons you overreacted. And there it is. The real reason for the call. Not concern, damage control. Joyce is already out front, reshaping the story. In her version, Corinne, the grieving widow, the sensitive one, made a scene at Christmas because she's still struggling. Poor thing. Keep her in your prayers. Meredith sighs. Just think about it, okay? Before you do something you can't take back. Good night, Meredith. I hang up and sit on the couch in the dark. The house is quiet. Lily's been asleep for an hour. On the coffee table, the coloring book is open to a page she finished. A garden scene, every petal a different color. It's beautiful. My sister told me to think about it. She has no idea how clearly I've been thinking. After midnight, my phone buzzes. It's a screenshot from Aunt Pauline, my Uncle Ray's ex-wife. She stayed close to the family even after the divorce. She's the kind of woman who sees everything and says very little. The screenshot is from a group chat I'm not in. Joyce created it 3 days ago. Everyone except me. Her message reads, Corinne is going through a hard time after losing Aaron. Let's give her some space and not engage if she reaches out about Christmas. She needs grace right now, not attention. 12 people read it. Nobody pushed back. I stare at the screen. My mother didn't just dismiss me. She preempted me. She framed every word I might say as the ramblings of a grief-stricken woman, and she did it before I'd even finished my first phone call. Pauline's message underneath is short. I thought you should see this. I type back. Thank you. I sit in the kitchen. The house makes those late-night sounds. The refrigerator cycling, a branch tapping the window. Lily's backpack is on the counter. Inside, the rolled-up drawing she grabbed from my parents' house, still tied with a ribbon. I pull out my phone. I scroll through the photos I took on the drive home. Lily asleep, the coloring book open on her lap, the CVS bag crumpled on the floor mat. I took them in the parking lot of a gas station when I stopped to collect myself. I took them because something in me already knew. I open my laptop. I open a new email. I type a draft. It's long, angry, full of years I've swallowed. I delete it. I type another. It's too gentle. I delete that too. The final version is 6 sentences and 2 photos, side by side. Left, the gifts for Meredith's children spread across the living room floor. Right, a CVS bag and a coloring book with a price sticker. One question at the bottom. Is this what family looks like? I don't write it out of anger. I write it because my daughter deserves more than a plastic bag and 3 seconds of thought. The morning of December 27th, Pauline calls. Her voice is warm and careful, like someone removing a bandage. I've watched this for years, sweetheart. I never knew how to bring it up. She tells me a story. 5 years ago, Bryce graduated from preschool. Joyce ordered balloons, a banner, a sheet cake from the bakery downtown. She posted the photos and tagged Meredith with 3 heart emojis. That same spring, Lily graduated from preschool too. Joyce didn't come. She told Corinne she had a doctor's appointment. Pauline happened to run into Joyce that afternoon, at the garden center, buying hanging baskets. Your mother keeps a scoreboard, Corinne, and you have never been on the winning side. I ask her the question I've been turning over since midnight. If I wrote the truth and sent it to the whole family, would that be wrong? She doesn't hesitate. I think it's overdue. Then she tells me something I didn't know. Years ago, Pauline raised the favoritism issue with Gerald directly. She told him his daughters were being treated unequally and that it was starting to show. Gerald's response, "Mind your own house, Pauline. That's why Ray left you." Pauline went quiet after that. She didn't bring it up again. She watched from the margins for years. The lopsided birthday calls, the holiday photos where Lily was always at the edge or missing entirely, the way Joyce talked about the grandkids, and meant only 3 of the 4. You don't owe them silence, Corinne. Silence is what got us all here. I thank her. I mean it. She's the first person in my family who's ever told me I'm not imagining this. I hang up and open my laptop. The email draft is still there, blinking. I add Pauline's name to the recipient list. Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock. The phone rings right on time. Grandma Dot! Lily grabs it before I can move. She curls up on the couch and starts talking about the snow, about the puzzles she got from me, about the cat next door she's been trying to befriend. Then she says it. Grandma Joyce got me a coloring book for Christmas. It still had the price on it. She says it the way kids say things. Plain, factual, no malice, like reporting the weather. And it lands like a brick. I can't hear Dorothea's response, but I see Lily nod. Then, can I give the phone to Mommy? I take the phone to the kitchen. Is this true, Corinne? Dorothea's voice is steady. The steadiness of a woman who has buried her only son and kept standing. I tell her, short version. The gifts, the sticker, the CVS bag, the silence afterward. Dorothea is quiet for a long time. I hear her breathing. Aaron would not have stood for this. Aaron isn't here, so I have to. Another pause. When she speaks again, her voice has shifted, lower, more deliberate. It's the voice she used at Aaron's funeral when she told the pastor to cut the eulogy short because her son hated long speeches. You do what you need to do, Corinne, and you let me know. She doesn't offer advice. She doesn't lecture. She trusts me to handle it. That trust means more right now than any instruction could. After she hangs up, I sit with the phone in my hand. Dorothea's voice was different at the end. Something moved behind the steadiness. I can't name it yet. I don't know what she'll do, but I know she's paying attention. I spend 3 days on the email. It's 6 sentences long. The drafting takes 3 days because every version carries a different weight, and most of them are wrong. Draft 1 runs 4 pages. I list every missed birthday, every lopsided holiday, every time Gerald talked about the grandkids and meant only Meredith's 3. I read it back and realize it sounds like a manifesto. Delete. Draft 2 is 3 sentences. Too light. It could be brushed aside with a, she's overreacting. Delete. The final version takes 20 minutes to write and 2 hours to stop editing. It's 6 sentences and 2 photographs. Left photo, Bryce's iPad, Addison's Nikes, and Paige's custom bicycle, arranged on the living room floor next to the tree. The gold wrapping paper is still scattered around them. Gerald's hand is visible at the edge of the frame, pointing at the bike. Right photo, the CVS bag on the backseat floor mat, the coloring book half out, the $4.99 sticker catching the overhead light from the gas station parking lot. The text, this is what Christmas looked like for my daughter. Left, your gifts for Meredith's children. Right, your gift for Lily. I tried to bring this up privately. I was told I was overreacting, ungrateful, and going through a hard time. So I'm sharing it with the family. One question, is this what family looks like? No insults, no storytelling, no demands, just the facts and a question. The recipient list, Joyce, Gerald, Meredith, Uncle Ray, Aunt Pauline, Cousin Beth, Cousin Daniel. 4 other relatives I see at Thanksgiving and Easter. December 30th, 6 in the morning. Lily is still asleep. The house is dark. I sit at the kitchen table with my laptop open and my coffee going cold. I press send. Then I close the laptop and wait. 7:15. Joyce calls. I let it ring. She calls again, and again, and again. 7:30. Gerald calls. Voicemail. What the hell did you just do, Corinne? Take that email down, right now. His voice is tight, clipped. A man who has never been questioned in front of his own family before. 7:45. Meredith texts. Are you insane? My kids are in those photos. I text back. Your kids were opening iPads. They'll be fine. She doesn't respond. 8 o'clock. The first reply all hits my inbox. Aunt Pauline. I've noticed this pattern for years. Thank you for saying what I couldn't. Corinne, I'm sorry I didn't speak up sooner. My hands are shaking. Not from fear. From the chemical rush of a thing finally being real. 8:20. Cousin Beth, Ray's daughter, my age, lives in Connecticut. She replies all. I had no idea it was this bad. My mom always told me you and Meredith were treated equally. Corinne, I'm so sorry. 8:40. Uncle Ray calls me directly. His voice is measured, the way it always is. Ray is the family's compass, the one who speaks last at every gathering. I saw the email, Corinne. I'm going to have a talk with your father. You don't have to do that, Uncle Ray. Yeah, I do. 9:15. Joyce hits reply all. My chest tightens. I open it. Corinne has been going through a very difficult time since losing Aaron. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She is grieving and not thinking clearly. Let's please respect her privacy and not engage. She didn't address the photos. She didn't explain the $5. She didn't mention Lily. She rewrote the story, again. But this time, the photos are right there. And photos don't grieve. Photos don't overreact. Photos just sit there and tell the truth. Joyce calls at noon. I pick up this time. How dare you? Her voice shakes, real this time, not performed. How dare you air our family business to everyone we know? Everyone you know also knows Lily, Mom. This is private. This is between us. I tried private. You hung up on me. Dad told me to move on, and then you told 12 people I was unstable before I could open my mouth. She doesn't acknowledge the group chat. She drives straight past it. You always twist things, Corinne. We gave Lily a gift. She seemed fine with it. She asked me if she did something wrong. Kids say things. You're reading into it. The sticker was still on it, Mom. You didn't even remove the price sticker. The line hums. I hear her breathing change. For a moment, I think she might actually hear me. Fine, she says. You win. Are you happy now? This isn't about winning. This is about Lily. Well, your father and I have talked. If you don't take that email down by tonight, don't bother coming to New Year's Eve. I already know the answer. I've known it since the gas station parking lot, holding my phone over a CVS bag, taking a picture I hoped I'd never need. I wasn't planning to. She hangs up. I set the phone down. My hands are steady. In the living room, Lily is on the floor, halfway through the coloring book. She's colored 12 pages since Christmas. Each one is meticulous, layered colors, shading, patterns she invented. She turned a mass-produced princess into something that looks like stained glass. She looks up. Mommy, who was on the phone? Nobody important, sweetheart. She nods and goes back to coloring. I lean against the door frame and watch her work. She's turning a thoughtless gift into art. That's my kid. December 31st. The group text pings at noon. It's Meredith. New Year's at Mom and Dad's, 7 p.m. Bring the kids. She sent it to the family group, the one I'm still in. She forgot to remove me, or didn't care. My name sits in the thread, unmentioned, untagged, like a shadow on the wall that nobody painted over. Cousin Beth calls an hour later. Did you see the group text? You're on the thread, but not on the invite. I saw. That's messed up, Corinne. Want me to say something? No, let them have their party. New Year's Eve, Lily and I stay home. I make mac and cheese, the baked kind, with the breadcrumb crust Aaron used to do. Lily stands on a step stool and stirs. We watch the countdown on a local channel neither of us cares about. Lily draws between bites, a picture titled Our New Year. In it, two figures sit on a couch. A gray cat curls at their feet. A small house with a red door stands behind them. No extended family, no long table, no chair at the end. Mommy, can we get a cat this year? We'll see. That means maybe. That means we'll see. She grins and goes back to drawing. At midnight, she's already asleep on the couch with a colored pencil still in her hand. I carry her to bed, pull the blanket up, and sit on the edge of her mattress for a while. At 11:07, my phone buzzes. Uncle Ray. I talked to your father tonight, at the party, in front of everyone. My heart thuds. What happened? Get some sleep, Corinne. I'll call you in the morning. But I'll tell you this. He didn't have an answer. I lie awake until 2. Uncle Ray calls at 8 the next morning, New Year's Day. His voice is calm but heavy, the voice of a man who did something necessary and isn't sure it was easy. Here's what happened. About halfway through the night, your father put a slideshow on the TV. Christmas photos, the whole family around the tree, the kids with their gifts. And? Not one photo of Lily, so I asked him, right there, in front of maybe 15 people. Gerald, I noticed there's no photo of Lily. Was she not there this year? I hold the phone tighter. He said, she was there. So I said, really? Because I've seen the photos Corinne sent. I counted what you spent. Can you explain a $2,000 difference to a room full of family? What did he say? Nothing at first, just stood there. Meredith's husband walked outside. Your mother started crying. The real kind, not the usual. Then your father said, "This is not the time or place." And I told him, "When is the time, Gerald? Because Corinne tried private, and you hung up on her." I pressed my palm flat against the kitchen counter. Beth spoke up too. She said, "I think we all need to hear this." A couple of others nodded. Your father looked at the room like he didn't recognize it. Then he walked into the bedroom and closed the door. Joyce followed him. Nobody said Happy New Year. Ray pauses. "I'm not trying to blow up the family, Corinne, but someone had to say it where it couldn't be edited or reframed. Your parents have been writing the story for too long." "Thank you, Uncle Ray." "Don't thank me. I should have done it 5 years ago." After we hang up, I sit at the kitchen table. The house is quiet. Lily is still asleep. The party is over. And for the first time, the silence isn't mine to carry. I know some of you are thinking, why would Uncle Ray do that in front of everyone? Because sometimes, the truth only has weight when it's spoken in the same room where the lie was being celebrated. If this story is hitting close, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm about to tell you what happened when my parents demanded I apologize, and why I said only one word: January 1st. The phone starts early. Pauline calls at 9. Last night was a mess, but people are talking, and for the first time, they're not talking about you being too sensitive, they're talking about the photos. 2 cousins from my mother's side call by noon, people I see once or twice a year at best. One of them, my cousin Amanda, says, "I had no idea. My mom always said you and Meredith were treated the same. I feel awful." The other, Daniel, keeps it short. "I just want you to know I believe you." That afternoon, Pauline tells me what else she's heard. My great-aunt Lorraine, 81, lives in Harrisburg, called Joyce directly. Joyce tried the grief narrative. Lorraine cut her off. "Joyce, I saw the photographs. A $5 coloring book with the price sticker still on? That's not grief talking. That's neglect." Joyce hung up on her too. She's running out of people to hang up on. Pauline also tells me something that makes me sit down. At the New Year's party, after Gerald disappeared into the bedroom, Meredith said something to Beth. Quietly, near the kitchen, probably thinking no one was listening. "Mom told me she was going to get Lily something nice this year. I don't know what happened." Beth told Pauline. Pauline is telling me. Meredith knew. She knew the gift would be lopsided before Christmas Eve. She watched Joyce spend weeks curating presents for her children. She saw the lists, the links, the delivery boxes stacking up by the front door, and she never once asked, "What about Lily?" She didn't cause the disparity, but she held the door open for it and stepped aside. I closed my eyes and let that settle. It doesn't surprise me, but it still stings. The truth is moving now, and I don't have to carry it alone anymore. Gerald calls at 3 in the afternoon. His voice is the controlled kind of angry, the kind that men like my father wear when they've practiced the conversation in their head 6 times before dialing. "You've made your point. Now take the email down and apologize to your mother." "Apologize for what, Dad?" "For humiliating this family in front of everyone. You humiliated my daughter in front of everyone first, on Christmas. We gave her a gift, Corinne. She got a gift. A coloring book from CVS with the sticker on it. You keep saying that like it means something. It does mean something. It means you didn't try." He shifts. I can hear the leather of his recliner creak. "Your mother spent weeks on those other gifts. She was busy. She forgot." "She didn't forget, Dad. She chose. That's enough. Say her name." "What?" "Lily. Say her name right now." A long pause. The TV murmurs behind him. A football game. Something with crowd noise. "Lily. When was the last time you said that name before I just asked you to?" He doesn't answer. I'm not taking the email down, and I'm not apologizing for telling the truth. His breathing tightens. I can picture his jaw working, the way it does when he's about to end a conversation on his terms. Then we have nothing more to discuss. No. That one word. I say it flat, without heat, without drama, and it hits the line like a stone dropping into still water. He hangs up. I set the phone on the counter and press both palms flat against the tile. That is the last word I speak to my father for 43 days. The second week of January, Meredith calls. Her voice has a new shape, smoother, practiced. She's been coached or she's been rehearsing. Mom wants to know if you'll come to Dad's birthday in February. She says it would show you've moved on. Moved on from what? Nobody has apologized. They're not going to apologize, Corinne. That's not who they are. Then I'm not going to pretend. That's not who I am. You're tearing this family apart. I wait a beat. I let the sentence die in the air between us, the way bad arguments do when you stop feeding them. I didn't tear anything, Meredith. I held up a mirror. She exhales. I hear something in it. Not anger exactly. Something closer to exhaustion. Like a woman who has spent 2 weeks defending a position she knows is indefensible, but can't put down because it's all she's got. Fine. But when Mom gets sick, or Dad needs help, don't come crying to me. I never have. She hangs up. I stand by the window. It's raining. That gray January rain that turns everything the color of concrete. Lily is at the table behind me, doing homework. She doesn't look up. She's used to phone calls that end abruptly in this house. My sister said I'm tearing the family apart, but the crack was there long before I pointed at it. It ran through every Thanksgiving where Lily sat alone, every birthday the mailbox stayed empty, every Christmas where 3 children got the world and 1 got a plastic bag. I didn't break anything. I just stopped pretending the broken thing was whole. The rain picks up. Lily asks if we can have soup for dinner. I say yes. We make tomato soup together, and she tells me about a girl at school who draws horses. It feels like the most normal evening we've had in weeks. By the end of January, the lines are drawn. On one side, Pauline, Beth, Uncle Ray, Cousin Daniel, 2 other relatives who called me individually to say they'd had no idea. They don't form a coalition or make speeches. They just quietly stopped pretending. On the other side, Joyce, Gerald, Meredith, and Kyle. A couple of older relatives who think family business should stay behind closed doors no matter what's inside. In the middle, silence. The people who read the email looked at the photos and decided that staying neutral was easier than choosing. Uncle Ray calls me mid-month. Your father told me I stabbed him in the back at New Year's. I told him I didn't stab anything. I asked a question he should have answered years ago. Pauline sends Lily a package. A professional-grade colored pencil set, 72 shades, in a wooden case. The card reads, "For the artist in you. Love, Aunt Pauline." Lily opens it at the kitchen table and goes completely still. She touches each pencil like it's a separate miracle. Then she lines them up by color, warm to cool, across the entire table. "Mommy, these are real ones." "They are. Why did Aunt Pauline send me real ones?" "Because she sees you, baby." Lily picks up a pencil, burnt sienna, and starts drawing immediately. She doesn't ask anything else. I lean against the counter and watch her. I think about what I've lost. My parents, at least for now. My sister, probably longer. The illusion that my family was fair. But Lily, for the first time, is getting attention from family members who see her as a whole person. Not the quiet one's quiet daughter. Not an afterthought at the end of the table. I don't feel good about the fracture, but I feel lighter. For the first time in years, I don't have to pretend that everything is fine. The 1st of February. I sit at the kitchen table after Lily is in bed and write a text to my parents. Not a group message, not CC'd to anyone, just them. I love you both, but until Lily is treated as an equal member of this family, in actions, not just words, I won't attend family events. This isn't punishment, it's protection. I read it 4 times. I changed nothing. I press send. Gerald doesn't respond. Not that night, not the next day, not the day after that. Joyce texts back at 11 the following morning. "You're breaking my heart, Corinne." I read it twice. I set the phone down. I don't reply. She didn't ask about Lily. She didn't acknowledge the disparity. She didn't offer a single change. She told me I was breaking her heart, the way someone holds up a wound to stop you from looking at the one they caused. My mother says I'm breaking her heart. But nobody asked how Lily's heart was doing when she sat on that carpet with a bag from CVS while 3 cousins held iPads and bicycles. I don't block my parents. I don't cut the cord. I leave the door open, but I stop walking through it for them. The next move is theirs. That night, I register Lily for a Saturday painting class at the community center. It's $40 a month. I've been putting it off for a year because the money felt like a luxury, and because Saturday mornings were always reserved for the drive, the 2-hour trip to my parents' house that yielded an afternoon of being ignored. Lily's face when I tell her about the class is worth every cent. Every Saturday? Every Saturday. She hugs me so hard I nearly lose my balance. I'm not punishing my parents. I'm just done volunteering to be invisible. February moves the way February does in small towns. Slow, gray, aching for spring. But inside our house, something shifts. Lily takes to the painting class like she was built for it. The instructor, a retired art teacher named Mrs. Brennan, pulls me aside after the second session. Your daughter has real instinct. She doesn't just copy, she sees. By the third week, Lily wins Most Creative for a watercolor of a bird sitting on a mailbox. She paints it with Pauline's pencils and Mrs. Brennan's acrylics, mixing media in a way that makes the other parents lean in. She hangs the ribbon on the fridge. First thing, center. I realize, standing in the kitchen looking at that ribbon, how many Saturdays I spent driving to a house where Lily was furniture. How many weekends I sacrificed so my parents could ignore us in person instead of by phone. $40 a month for painting class. 2 years of gas money saved by not making the drive. The math is brutal and obvious. Sundays at 4, Grandma Dot still calls. Lily talks for longer now. About the class, about the pencils, about the bird on the mailbox. Dorothea listens to every word. She asks follow-up questions. She remembers details from the week before. At the end of the call, Dorothea says, Lily, will you paint something for me? What do you want? Anything you want to paint. I'll hang it on my wall. Lily's face lights up in a way I haven't seen since before Christmas. After Lily hangs up, Dorothea stays on the line. Corinne, can I send Lily something? I've been thinking about it since Christmas. You don't have to do that, Dot. I know I don't have to. That's not the same thing. She's quiet for a moment. Then, let me do this. Gerald's birthday is February 19th. Meredith organizes a dinner at the house. The usual spread, the usual crowd. Or it would be, except the usual crowd doesn't show up. Uncle Ray tells me later. 8 people came. Normally it's 20 or more. Several sent last-minute excuses. A stomach bug, a conflict, a work trip. The real reason sat in everyone's inbox, next to 2 photographs and 1 question. Ray says Gerald barely spoke. He sat at the head of the table and ate and nodded when someone said happy birthday. That was it. Joyce called Pauline the next day in tears. Nobody came to Gerald's birthday. Nobody. This is all Corinne's fault. Pauline told me what she said back. It's not Corinne's fault, Joyce. It's the price sticker's fault. Joyce hung up. Gerald starts staying home more. He used to go to the hardware store on Saturday mornings, the diner on Wednesdays. Now the truck sits in the driveway for days. Joyce tells Meredith that everyone is turning against us, as if the family decided to punish them rather than simply respond to what they saw. Then, in late February, something happens that I don't expect. Meredith calls Joyce, not for logistics, not for planning. She asks a direct question. Mom, why didn't you just get Lily a real gift? Joyce's answer. I was going to. I just forgot. I was so busy with the other presents. Meredith. You spent 3 weeks on our kids' gifts, Mom. You didn't forget. Pauline, who heard this secondhand from Beth, tells me that Meredith went quiet after that. She didn't say Corinne is too sensitive. She didn't defend Joyce. She just stopped talking. That silence from Meredith might be the loudest thing I've heard in months. The last week of February, Joyce sends me a long text. I read it sitting on Lily's bed after she falls asleep. She writes about her blood pressure, about the azaleas dying in the cold, about how quiet the house has been. She says she misses me. She says she thinks about Lily every day. She says, I never meant to hurt that little girl. She never says I'm sorry. She never says I was wrong. She writes, I never meant to, 3 times in 4 paragraphs, as if intention could erase impact, as if meaning well was the same as doing well. I read the message 3 times. I hold the phone against my chest and stare at Lily's ceiling, the glow-in-the-dark stars Aaron stuck up there 4 years ago, the ones that still light up at night in a pattern only he understood. I type my reply slowly. I appreciate you writing, Mom, but I never meant to isn't the same as I was wrong. When you're ready to say the second one, I'll be here. I hit send. I set the phone on the nightstand and sit in the dark with my daughter's breathing filling the room. This isn't a Cold War. I don't want to punish my mother. I don't want her to suffer. I want her to see. There is a difference between a woman who refuses to forgive and a woman who refuses to pretend she hasn't been hurt. I left the door open. I always have. But I stopped walking through it for them. If they want me at the table, they'll have to build a chair that fits. Lily shifts in her sleep. She mumbles something about paint. I pull the blanket up, kiss her forehead, and close the door softly behind me. Mid-March. A package arrives. No return name on the label, just an address I recognize as my parents' house. It's addressed to Lily. Not the Fontaine family, not Corinne Fontaine and daughter, just Lily Fontaine. Lily opens it at the kitchen table, careful with the tape. Inside, a Lego architecture set. The Statue of Liberty, 1,685 pieces. A gift tag is taped to the box in Gerald's handwriting. The blocky capitals I've seen on birthday checks my whole life. For Lily, from Grandpa. No flourish, no explanation. $65 and 6 words. Lily's eyes go wide. Mommy, Grandpa sent me something. I kneel beside her. My instinct, the old instinct, the one trained by years of smoothing edges, wants to say something protective. Be cautious. Don't get your hopes up. But I look at her face, and I can't. That was nice of him. Do you want to call and say thank you? She nods. I dial. Gerald picks up on the third ring. His voice is different, smaller, uncertain, like a man in a room he doesn't know the layout of. Did you like it? I love it, Grandpa. I'm going to build it tonight. Good, that's good. A pause. The TV murmurs in the background. I imagine him in the recliner, phone against his ear, staring at the muted screen. Then, Lily? I'm sorry about Christmas, she says. It's okay, Grandpa. The way kids do, generous and instinctive, without keeping score. He clears his throat. Okay, well, you build it and send me a picture. I will. They hang up. Lily is already opening the box. I stand at the counter, arms crossed. That apology wasn't for me. It may never be for me. But it was the one Lily needed, and I'll let that be enough. For her. The last day of March, a padded envelope arrives from Brattleboro, Vermont. The handwriting on the front is shaky but precise, each letter formed with the deliberateness of a woman who refuses to let her hands have the last word. Inside, a sealed white envelope, and 3 pages of stationery covered in Dorothea's careful cursive. The letter is addressed to Lily. I read it first, a mother's instinct, and by the second page, I have to sit down. Dorothea writes about Aaron. She tells Lily that her father used to draw too. Every Sunday, he'd sit at the kitchen table with a box of crayons, and later, colored pencils, and later, charcoal, and make pictures for his mother, birds mostly, and houses with crooked chimneys. You have your father's hands and his heart, she writes, and both are worth more than any price sticker. Inside the white envelope, a college savings bond, $3,000, made out to Lily Rose Fontaine. I press both hands against my mouth. The kitchen blurs. This is the first time in this entire story that I cry. Not because of the money. The money is generous and real and will matter someday. But the letter is Dorothea reaching across 2 states and 78 years to tell a little girl that she was seen before she was born. That her father's love didn't end when his hand stopped moving. That someone in this world kept count. When Lily gets home from school, I give her the letter. She reads it slowly. Her lips move over the words. Grandma Dot knew Daddy drew pictures too? She did, and now you have something from both of them. Lily holds the letter against her chest and closes her eyes. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't have to. April. Uncle Ray hosts Easter brunch at his bungalow on Oak Street. The invitation is handwritten, and Lily's name is on it, printed in Ray's block letters, underlined once. We drive the hour and a half. Lily wears the yellow dress she picked out herself and carries a painting, a bluebird on a branch, wrapped in tissue paper for Ray's wall. When we arrive, the front door is already open. Pauline is in the kitchen. Beth is setting the table. Lily runs in and immediately starts helping, placing forks, counting napkins. Joyce and Gerald arrive 20 minutes late. Joyce sees me across the living room and stops. I've been seeing a counselor, she says. Her voice is different, thinner, harder to read. She told me I was wrong. I watch her face. There's no theater in it, no wobble staged for an audience. She looks tired and embarrassed, and very, very real. Thank you for telling me that, Mom. She nods. That's enough for now. It has to be. Gerald walks in behind her. He shakes my hand, firm, brief, no eye contact held too long. Then he kneels in front of Lily. His knees crack. I like your shoes, kiddo. Are they new? Lily grins. Mom got them at the thrift store. They had daisies on them. Daisies. That's nice. He pats her arm. Clumsy. Sincere. Meredith arrives last. She finds me in the hallway near the bathroom and speaks quietly. I should have said something that night. I didn't. I'm sorry. Thank you. She nods once. We go back to the table. Lily sits between Beth and Pauline. Bryce, Addison, and Paige are across from her. For the first time in years, the four of them eat together, laugh together, pass the rolls without anyone directing the seating. Nobody sits at the end alone. That night, after the drive home, after Lily is bathed and read to and tucked under her comforter, with the glow-in-the-dark stars above, I sit at the kitchen table. The relationship with my parents is not healed. I'm not sure it ever goes back to what it was. But what it was included Lily sitting at the end of the table, and I don't want to go back there. Joyce calls Lily now, every other week. It's not every Sunday like Grandma Dot. It's not the marathon calls Meredith's kids get. But it's a call, where there used to be silence. Gerald mails Lily a postcard from a fishing trip with Kyle. The back reads, "Caught a big one. Reminded me of you." The handwriting is shaky and large. Lily tapes it to her bedroom wall next to the letter from Dorothea. Meredith and I talk again. Short calls, careful subjects. She asks about Lily's painting class. I ask about Bryce's baseball season. We don't go deep. We stay on the surface because the surface is where we can stand without falling through. She has never said, "I was an enabler." I don't think she will. But she stopped saying, "You're too sensitive." And for now, that absence counts. I didn't get a Hallmark ending. I didn't get the scene where my parents fall to their knees and sob and beg forgiveness. That's not how real families work. Real families shift like tectonic plates, slow, grinding, and permanent. You don't get an earthquake, you get a new landscape. I sit at the table and run my thumb along the edge of Lily's painting, the one she did in class last week. A tree with a wide canopy. Underneath, two figures holding hands. It's not perfect, but it's honest. And honest is all I ever asked for. May. Lily's school hosts a student art exhibition in the gymnasium. Paper banners taped to the cinder block walls. Folding tables covered in butcher paper. Each student gets a 4-foot section to display their work. Lily chose the piece she's most proud of. A colored pencil drawing on heavy paper, 14 by 18 inches. A family sitting around a table. Everyone has a chair. Grandma Dot sits next to Lily, even though Dorothea lives in Vermont and hasn't been in our house. An empty chair at the head has a small card on the seat that reads Daddy, in Lily's careful print. I stand in front of it for a long time. Lily's teacher, Mr. Aldana, finds me near the fruit punch table. "Mrs. Fontaine, I wanted to tell you. When Lily presented this piece to the class, she said her family got bigger this year, not smaller." I blink hard. She said that? Her exact words. I look across the gymnasium. Lily is standing by her display, explaining the drawing to another parent. She points at the empty chair. She points at Dorothea. She points at the cat she drew at everyone's feet, the cat we still don't have. "That's our future cat," she tells the woman. "His name is going to be Pencil." The woman laughs. Lily beams. I think about what Lily lost this year. A coloring book, a seat at the children's table, the illusion that her grandparents treated all the grandchildren the same. And I think about what she gained. A painting class. A set of 72 colored pencils. A letter from a grandmother who remembers everything. A savings bond with her full name on it. A postcard with a fish. A phone call every other week. A table where every chair is hers. She didn't lose anything she actually had. She gained things that are real. I'm not telling you this story to convince you to cut off your family. I'm telling it because I want you to hear something I wish someone had told me 5 years ago. Silence is not peace. Silence is agreement. My parents aren't evil. They're lazy in their love. They invested in the branch that was convenient, the one that showed up at their door every week and made them feel needed and important. They forgot that love isn't a portfolio. You don't get to put everything in the account that gives the highest return and ignore the one that doesn't. The coloring book wasn't the problem. The price sticker was the problem, because it said, "We didn't bother." We grabbed the first thing near the register. We spent 3 weeks choosing gifts for 3 grandchildren and 3 seconds choosing for the 4th. And when my 8-year-old looked up and asked, "Did I do something wrong?" I knew my silence was the wrong answer. You don't need to send an email to your whole family. Maybe your version is smaller, a conversation at the kitchen counter, a sentence you've been holding in your throat for years. Maybe it's just the word no when someone asks you to keep pretending. You don't owe anyone your invisibility. And your kids, if you have them, are watching how you handle it. Lily watched me. She watched me say no. She watched me tell the truth. She watched me protect her without screaming, without cruelty, without burning the house down. And she learned something that coloring book could never teach her. She matters. She always did. And someone was willing to say it out loud. The following Christmas, I host. Our townhouse is small. The tree barely fits between the bookshelf and the radiator. Lily makes paper garlands from construction paper and tape, and they drape across the living room in uneven loops that are the most beautiful decorations I've ever seen. Grandma Dot flies in from Vermont. It takes her 2 connecting flights and a wheelchair through Logan Airport, and when she walks through my front door, Lily wraps both arms around her waist and doesn't let go for a full minute. Pauline brings pie. Beth brings wine. Uncle Ray brings a board game he found at a thrift store that nobody knows how to play, and we spend 40 minutes arguing about the rules before giving up and making our own. We eat mac and cheese, the baked kind, Aaron's recipe. Under the tree, every gift is either handmade or under $30. Lily painted individual ornaments for each guest, miniature portraits on wooden discs. Dorothea holds hers up to the light and says, "This belongs in a museum." A box arrives that morning from Gerald and Joyce, wrapped neatly. A card in Joyce's handwriting. "For Lily with love, Grandma and Grandpa." Inside, a professional watercolor set, 12 tubes, 2 brushes, a mixing palette, and a small photo album. On the cover, Joyce's handwriting again. Aaron. Inside, a dozen photos of my husband as a boy, drawing at a table, holding up a crayon picture of a bird, grinning at the camera with charcoal on his fingers. Lily calls them on speaker. "Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa." Gerald's voice comes through, rough at the edges. "Merry Christmas, Lily. We love you." It's the first time I've heard my father say those words to my daughter. It took a $5 coloring book, 1 email, and 43 days of silence to teach him how. I don't know your story. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's in-laws. Maybe it's a sibling who always got the bigger plate and the better seat and the longer hug. Maybe you're the one who held it all together while everyone else was held. You don't need to flip the table. You don't need to burn it down. You just need one word. No, no, I won't pretend this is fair. No, I won't teach my child that silence is love. No, I won't keep driving 2 hours to sit in a house that doesn't see us. One word, and it changes everything. Grandma Dot sent Lily a $3,000 college savings bond. But the most valuable thing in that envelope wasn't the money. It was the sentence in her letter, the one I'll carry for the rest of my life. "My Aaron would have fought the whole room for you, Lily. Your mother did." I'm Corinne Fontaine. I'm 34 years old. I'm a bookkeeper, a widow, and a mother who stopped asking permission to be loved correctly. And if you're sitting where I was sitting, on the floor of a living room that was never built for you, I hope you stand up. If this story reached you, you don't have to tell me everything. Just leave one word in the comments. No. The word you wish you'd said sooner. Or tell me, who in your life deserves a letter like the one Grandma Dot wrote for Lily? If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the moment. And tap the description below for the next story. Some families break you. Some families build you. The difference is whether someone had the courage to hold up the mirror. I'm Corinne. Thank you for being here.